tell. That's because there's probably absolutely no weight in there. Also might be out of fuel, which might be a huge plus. Making his way back onto Eastern right now. Eastern, a major street out here, and every time he hits these big ones, you just kind of gotta, you know, your blood runs cold. Now we're back on southbound Eastern, and you can see that vehicle starting to pick up some speed again. Alhambra PD, the ones that are behind it, LAPD in the air, stolen vehicle, and the speeds and what this guy is doing with this van, you can clearly see not really in control of that vehicle. These are the issues that the LAPD and any law enforcement are watching. They got to kind of weigh it. They got to say how badly do we want to stop this guy? How much of a problem is this guy to the public? This guy, a huge problem to the public. We've seen him get really close to a lot of cars. Wrong way on the road, ran another red light right there. This is the type of stuff we don't want to see. And you know what? I've been wrong in the past. Not so much close up, but it almost looks like that may be a female driver.
So, Stu...
But in this case right here, Alhambra PD right behind him, LAPD right above him, and they're making these calls. They might hand this off to the California Highway Patrol. We're going to be westbound on the 10 freeway, going to be joining the 101. So we're going to be in downtown Los Angeles here in just a moment.
Seems like he or she, the driver, has picked up steam, or does it just seem that way from my vantage point? It seems like the person is getting a little bit more risky, a little bit more daring, and now you see he's coming in, or she's coming into an area where there are some more cars.
They want the speedometer on. I'm sorry. I'm passing along information back and forth. They were asking for the speedometer. I'm sorry about that. But you know what? We're getting into a lot of traffic right here, and this is where this driver, the only words I'm coming up with, the adjective for this driver's behavior, is desperate, making very desperate moves. And when you get into this traffic, and now you got buses involved, and like you said, anybody on the ground down there, I'm always thinking to myself, what if my mom is down there? You know, they have no idea that this van is barreling down on them, now cutting way across, getting onto that huge emergency lane out here, trying to avoid the traffic. Alhambra PD, these guys, I got to hand it to them. These drivers, really, these officers, right on this guy's trail, hitting those bumps again. Every time he or she starts speeding up, I just always worry, especially right now when we're in these little neighborhoods, these tight, older neighborhoods with these little tiny roads. You know, just somebody's just, you know, a dog or a kid just steps out. It's going to. We don't want to see anything like that, but definitely looks like, I would only guess, looks like they're trying to find a spot where they can kind of get out and just walk away and be like, I don't know where that came from. There you go. You got somebody probably clueless about what's going on right there.
Oh, now this is interesting.
Yeah, what's going on here? You know? Maybe he's like, hey, you want the van? You want to take my van? Anyways, we'll see what's going on right there. It looked like there was an exchange of words.
Well, there was some kind of communication there. I'm not sure what that was all about.
Definitely. Maybe the driver called that person over for a minute. But at any rate, driving much slower. Interesting for sure this afternoon, or this, early morning, late morning. And the van just continues to drive. Law enforcement, I have a feeling they're nearby. That's the only thing I can say. And it doesn't seem like, it seems like this van just taking any turn it can. And it looks like here we go again. Let's see if this is it. Let's see. And looks like, well,
someone may be getting out here.
Yeah.
Is there more than one person in there? Do we know? Can we tell?
We can't tell. Earlier on, I was trying to look through the front window when we first got over this, and it clearly was just the driver, but it is a van. There might be somebody in the back, but that would have been a heck of a ride for anybody sitting in the back of that van.
And that's one of the things we need to point out, is that even if, you know, this comes to a conclusion and law enforcement is able to come up on this van, they'll have to clear it before, because they don't know.
Yeah.
Now we see the one guy got out.
Yeah. Again, I'm just going to say suspect right now. But at any rate, got out, kind of looked around like, hey, is anybody still following me? Oh, look at that. I'm getting away with this. I don't know if the van ran out of gas or why, but this is an unusual spot. And also not running from, and it's got food. There you go. Maybe it was a catering van. Maybe that was what's going on there. Had an emergency delivery that they had to make right here. Maybe it's an Uber Eats or something. But at any rate, looks like got out with a lot of food.
Well, this is really strange.
When have we seen one that's not, Tony? left the food there on the curb. So maybe it's that touchless delivery where they don't because of COVID they don't want to knock on the door.
Contactless delivery.
Yeah, contactless delivery. Up. Yep, there you go. I told you.
No, he's
there
not going anywhere.
Up. No.
Oh, no.
And we're off again. So.
Oh my goodness. He's chatting with people. He's talking to pedestrians. He even stopped the vehicle at one time and got out and put something on the sidewalk there. So we really don't know what's going through this guy's mind or whether or not there is a mental component to this whole pursuit that we're not aware of.
Definitely. And it does seem like almost like more people are getting involved. That little car right there, I was just going to ask Vinny to go a little bit wider. That car basically was blocking the road, trying to bring that van to a stop. And now you can see that that vehicle is in pursuit. And this is something that I'm telling you, law enforcement will pull that guy over as quickly as, if not faster, than the suspect itself. If he actually tries to do a pit maneuver, I don't know what I will do, because it looks like that vehicle's trying to get into place. So somebody else is getting involved here. Now it looks like possibly passing. And Tony, who knows? This could be a friend of the suspect. Or somebody that might have lived at that house and knows this person and maybe trying to, somehow communicate some sense into this guy, saying, hey, look, just pull over.
You do the exact opposite of get involved. In fact, if you suspect that you are somehow or another
there we go. Here's another person.
Caught up in a
Here's
pursuit,
another person. Looks
you
like
should move out of the way.
Either it's either a fan of the media or knows that driver, trying to get the attention of the driver. You just never know. Oh my goodness. Anyways, and welcome to Los Angeles. So at any rate, there we go. Another person talking to getting some items from the suspect. Apparently, this van. We only thing we know about the van is that it was stolen. It might have been a catering truck. It might have been a delivery truck for some kind of groceries. It looks like he just dropped off some, gave that person something.
Yeah.
Looked food item-ish, maybe a drink or something. But
if logic was in control here, this would have ended a long time ago.
Definitely. Here's another person getting a couple of moments of fame, maybe getting a picture for social media there. This is a point where even I kind of start feeling unusual about watching and following these things, because it turns into this kind of event or a circus of a pursuit circus, as it would be. Everybody wants to get their couple of seconds of fame, and it's all well and good, but we can't say it enough that this person, this driver, has been is very familiar with. And there you go. That white car definitely connected somehow, following along right there. So that wasn't just coincidence. And that motorcycle too. That was something else that we saw earlier on. I was watching that bike.
Yeah, we saw this bike like maybe 10 minutes ago.
Right, and he was just there just moments ago, and now following along as well. These are things, even if they know that person, these are things that law enforcement does not want to in any way to happen.
And clearly, this car is trying to engage.
Yes,
this
definitely.
driver. In some way.
Definitely, and. It may be, I can't really say, but it could be. Maybe it is law enforcement, perhaps in their own vehicle or an unmarked vehicle. But at any rate, that white car definitely not just happens to be tracking, but is there on purpose. And that motorcycle now kind of in tow with this little caravan of where's this van going to go type of situation. I got information from our awesome assignment desk that they have confirmation that the driver is female, and so. Not that it makes any difference, but it's still a suspect and still breaking the law and continuing to elude officers and put people in danger as this pursuit continues on out here this morning.
Okay, now the white car that we thought was tracking the van continued, but the motorcycle is still behind.
And look at this. This is the intersection earlier on where he gave the food away. This is and that woman was out waving at everybody. So you can see a number of people out here.
Yeah, we have a little gathering there now.
Yeah, and look, you got somebody coming up, and this is the thing. What are you doing? what are you doing? What? It's like,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. This is again. This is the part of the weirdness that we've been seeing periodically here during this pursuit.
You know, Tony, this is clearly a Los Angeles thing. I have seen pursuits in other other states. I have never regularly seen the public getting involved and getting out there and high-fiving and it clearly handed that driver something. The decision here where to go, or maybe the van ran out of gas.
Now, is this the same white car we've been seeing? It's hard to know.
It has a sunroof and it's white. That's the only thing I can tell you, Tony.
Okay, now we have another vehicle we've seen.
Yep. Some more interaction right there. That person clearly not saying what the driver wanted to hear because basically pulled up. There was a little talk right there, and then the van kept moving. But it just shows you how quickly the public gets involved, and
because someone could get hurt first and foremost, but it also interferes with what they need to do.
Yes. Yeah, and it does. It puts other lives in danger. First and foremost, that is probably the biggest, concern of any law enforcement is that when other people start getting up close, and that's the thing.
Another.
How much feel it?
Have gotten information that there is a pursuit in progress. They've pinpointed where the pursuit is occurring and they've decided to get involved.
There we go again. There we go again. And this person has their phone out, so, you don't know, recording video, doing something live right there. This is where it just becomes crazy. It's like, what is the point of all this? And, they got that person right there, doing whatever to get their couple minutes any harm. But that doesn't, or just walk it out, knowing that law enforcement right now, car right there, wants is
driving very quickly
right there. Rear end starts kind of real, and that another white neighborhoods, any neighborhood, and the same spot.
Okay, so she's exiting the vehicle at this point.
Oh no! Oh my gosh. Okay, got into or trying to get into a Mini Cooper, or it looks like a crazy, probably not have any driving. Somebody, the spectacle of the white delivery out there to see the roadways, this type of behavior. Here we go again, pulling over, and I wonder if this is where we were earlier, Tony. I'm not sure. It's not exactly the same spot.
Okay, so she's exiting the vehicle at this point.
Oh no! Oh my gosh. Okay, got into or trying to get into a Mini Cooper, or it looks like a Mini Cooper.
And it looks like she got in.
Yeah, she did. So
what is this person doing, and why is this person getting involved? And
this is aiding and abetting. This is aiding and abetting a felon, and